My phone just go off. Damn. That was my bad. Anyways, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in to it's none other than episode 71 of No Cooldown Podcast. We are back in the building. You know what I'm saying? One of the premier up-and-coming podcasts in the game. You already know what time it is. We are back. We are alive. We are kicking. We are slightly, okay, maybe slightly tired for the week, but that's okay. It's not none of your damn business because we're still here to deliver what y'all need, what y'all want. That's just beautiful podcast content. And of course, my name is that man Tripp. You know what I'm saying? I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Destiny's Child said. And of course, I'm joined by my podcast partners in crime. First and foremost, this man might likely be directing games in like 3+ years or something like that. I give it 2.5 to be real, but he is here nonetheless, doing it big. Give it up for Kai, aka King VIII. What's poppin', bro?
Hello. How's it going?
Listen,
I'm tired.
that was like an automatic statement. That shit just funneled out of you, bro. The default. I know, bro. You've been moving over the past few weeks, man. You've been beating people in the street fight out of no reason on set after set, man. Listen, you all over the place, my guy.
I'm flying, bro. Trying to make it.
I'm telling you, man. Listen, he has no more interviews booked on IGN for the time being, so we got him for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud we can lock him down.
Shout out to the real podcast homies, IGN.
I'm dead. Listen, we need a contract buyout if they trying to talk like that. All right, we gonna talk to her. I'm dead. Oh my goodness. And standing in for One Easy, we got Panda. No, I'm joking. Panda's not here, but I just see Panda's icon over the recording channel. One Easy is in the building. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? When? How's you doing, dog? How is everything? How are you living?
I'm chilling right now. The rain flooded the basement where my computer lives, so we everything is cool, everything is safe, but we're coming in from the Panda studio, where she gets all her things done.
Nah, listen, savior of the week, hero of the absolute week. Shout outs to Panda, you the real MVP. Appreciate that. And of course, you know, we can show all of our appreciation to not only Panda, but the damn podcast by rating it 5 stars. Go on your audio podcast platform, Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Just type in No Cooldown. We'll be right there at the top. Make sure you rate it 5 stars and share it around. Spread the wealth. Don't be selfish. Don't hide all this good entertainment and information to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let some people know. Let them know that we're out here. And you know what I'm saying? To help us, let us grow with the algorithms and all the systems out there. Just help us out here. Do us a good solid. You know what I'm saying? Rate us 5 stars, share us around. Of course, we're available on other platforms as well. YouTube.com/@NoCooldown. Exclusive content, reactions, all that good stuff. We are close to 200 subscribers. I believe we're like 13 or 12 away as of this recording. Make sure y'all go sub up and tell people to go sub up. Check in on that dope content. You guys don't want to miss all that. Of course, YouTube, you know, I just stated, Twitter @NoCooldownPod, TikTok as well. Some dope content coming through No Cooldown Pod there as well. No Cooldown Podcast on Instagram. And yeah, without further ado, we got a good bit of news to get through. A lot of you know what I'm saying, spicy details, a lot of updates since we last recorded. Without further ado, gentlemen, are you ready?
Be ready, man. Let's get it.
Born ready.
Well, then let's get right to it, man. Let's start small. Let's build up here. You know how we do it. So the press was able to catch up with the eclectic Hideo Kojima at the launch event for his new documentary, where he stated, I want to go to outer space. I want to go to outer space and create a game you can play in space. So please, someone send me up to space. Now, some people, you know what I'm saying, may have thought this was a joke, but knowing Kojima, how do you feel about just a Kojima game in space? Do you think he's dead serious right there?
Oh, I couldn't imagine he'd lie about this. He's very serious about going to space. I've seen his, if you're ever on his Instagram, you see that he genuinely, I don't think stays in his office for it. He is probably the hardest working man, but his Instagram shows me him at like Disney World, him meeting up with directors, like he's all over the place. So I am 100% sure Hideo Kojima wants to go to space, and I'm 1,000,000% sure if he pulls the right strings, he definitely will make it to space, and we'll have Elon Musk in Death Stranding 3. I can see it happening right now.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Bro said Elon Musk.
Nah, bro.
Said Elon Musk.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be. They're gonna be in there, or Bezos is gonna be in Death Stranding. It's gonna be nasty.
Sentence.
Yeah, that's put some very negative imagery in my head. I'm not gonna lie. That's insane. Imagine you making like space deliveries on the moon and shit. Like you just doing ISS, you know what I'm saying? Like a whole Domino's delivery from one part of the moon to like the Sea of Tranquility. That's kind of crazy. If you know what I'm saying, that's a wild shit. But again, I really don't think Kojima was bullshitting. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie. Knowing him, he's just like, no, I'm for real. And I just want to qualify what he means by like in space. You mean like a game that's like, you know, made in space or mocapped in space, or do I literally have to go on a rocket just to play this game? Because I don't think, you know,
since they like money, I'm sure that they're not gonna send anyone to space.
Listen, I'll be. They would send.
That sounds like hella lawsuits pending.
Kojima would find a way. Kojima would find. You know what I'm saying? He find a loophole. He find somebody who's willing to do it. I ain't gonna lie, but I will also put this point in. If there's anything we've learned from these past couple weeks, is that a couple millionaires funding their stuff should probably get fully vetted instead of, you know, halfway checked and ran over.
Anyone but Elon Musk is sending me to space.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, Kojima in space, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Just don't let Konami follow you. They might try and do some bootleg shit and fuck you. Your name is in jeopardy because of that, bro. I'm dead, bro. I'm dead. Listen. All right, moving on to the next topic here. Listen, I don't know if you guys seen this game pop up here, but it's been doing a lot of numbers. And I'm talking about BattleBit Remastered, which is basically a fully scaled Lego / Roblox block version of Battlefield, and it just looks insane. It looks way deeper than I thought. It looks wild. Kai, let's go straight to you. What did you make of BattleBit and just this huge wave of all these, you know, blocky shooters coming through, all these FPS projects that are like, you know, block based imagery? What's going on with it, man?
I thought it was really cool. Like I've always had like a space in my heart for these block-esque games. And so I used to play a game when I was younger called like Brick Force. It was like literally like web-based. And then maybe in like the final years before I grew up a little bit more, it went to like had its own client and stuff.
Oh wow!
And there was like Ace of Spades. You ever played that game?
Ace of Spades. I feel like that sounds unfamiliar to me. If I see it, I might be able to track it. But
that was like another block-esque game. So I've always had like a soft spot for these games. I think they're really cool. But this one in particular, just the scale of it and just like, I wouldn't even say ambitious because it's fucking it's bricks, it's blocks. You know, it's like 10 polygons in the whole game, bro.
Yeah,
so this is not even an ambitious project, but it just looks really cool. And the fact that they have like a roadmap. I think the most impressive thing about this game, everyone can admit, is that it was made by 3 guys.
Yes.
Like that is a game of this scale to be made by such a small team is just such an impressive thing. So I hope it deserves. I mean, I hope it gets like all the love it deserves. It seems like it's getting it, but you know, I hope it continues and they're able to expand on this project.
100%. Isn't it so wild that like, you know what I'm saying, the most, I guess, independent development and showcase of what people can do on their own, you know, time came from mods like a decade ago. That was like the most we saw. It was like, you know, a couple mods, a couple extensions to a game. People are making their own full-fledged games now. You know what I'm saying? Like it hasn't hit me till honestly like today or yesterday, but people are making their own damn games, like full scale online, like server information, come peer to peer, all that, like full scale experiences, actual experiences on their own timing. And it's insane to me. It's wild how much, again, just the space is growing. And this is one of the testaments to that. BattleBit looks mad fun. I ain't gonna lie. It looks super fun. And one of the hallmarks of just this and a lot of these blocky shooters and, you know, like Combat Masters and all that stuff, like, I don't know if it's just grass is greener on the other side, or they're actually, really focused on, again, the essence of the gameplay loop. But a lot of these games look and feel like right now, as they feel really good. They feel really good in comparison to like some of the experiences you get in other games. Like, I know for a fact that we was like, yo, like this Combat Masters look crazy. I'm not playing Call of Duty. I'd rather play Combat Masters right now. Now, I don't know it's because of people are just spiting the Juggernaut and they're spiting the, the devil we know instead of the devil we don't in that sense. But you can't discredit the work that all these independent people are creating. They're putting in a lot of dope work to make cool experiences. 3 gigs, man. And they're not killing my hard drives. They're not 120 gig crazy ass experiences for me to lag out or get, meet some cheating ass people in. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. It's fun, and that's the point of all of this. I'm glad that they're bringing a lot more fun out in these types of lanes and avenues of gaming. You love to see it.
Absolutely love to see it, man. It's not what gaming needs more of. It should be a standard, It shouldn't be something that's lost.
Facts, bro. And then this also, this actually is a random aside though, but I think it was like somebody, like a random phase person or whatever. I think they just
what killed gaming.
Yep.
And everyone's just like,
you
literally everything you stand for.
Like y'all did this. I'm like, hey, y'all, the timeline spitting right now, like it was kind of y'all. So I'm like, anything that is, I guess in this sense, counterculture, anything that's like, either a bit more casual, not as, intensive, more, I guess, aloof. You know what I'm saying? What can be perceived as, fun in the sense of non-traditionally, or at least not in the sense of how the culture of gaming is now, or mainstream gaming is now, where it's like, multiplayer FPS, you got to win, focus on the best build, best this, best that, the hardest graphics, the highest resolutions, all this stuff. I would rather just look at people shoot each other in some blocks and laugh at the fact that I'm shooting a dude that's literally built like a block. That I see more enjoyment than Call of Duty right now, and that's fine with me. That's what it's all about. Man, long live the blocks, man. Long live the blocks. All right, pushing forward here. The news hit us last week that Immortals of Avium will get hit with a quick delay back to August 22nd. Now, when? I know you had some decent interest in the game from before and what they showed. How you feeling about this delay?
Honestly, I think it's best I think it's worse for them, because if they're getting any closer to September and they're getting swallowed up by the rest of the games coming out, it's kind of sad for them, because I don't know, August 22nd isn't super close to, like, I want to say September 9th is really when the games start rolling out, but it might be close enough. And with the amount of momentum that they started to build up for themselves, it's kind of bad to delay it now, because they had like 3 showings so far. So they are in a really rough spot to delay their game, because they might just like fall out of favor. I want to say, like, they might just, like, you might not pay attention to this game anymore. So it's really tough for them. I feel sorry for them, but at the same time, like, Starfield's right around the corner. So
and it doesn't Fire's Rubicon release like August 20th?
I think it's in August or July. It's close. Like, they're pushing themselves towards competition, and it's one of those things where it's like, damn, if there was a game I didn't want to see get delayed, it would be this one, just because I don't know if this would be good for them.
August 25th, Armored Core comes out. That is too close.
That's tough.
That is too close.
I can't lie. I definitely feel like Starfield's in a position where it's just gonna clear.
It's gonna clear, even if the game is good or bad. Even if the game sucks, sell.
Yeah, literally, it's gonna clear so bad.
This is tough for Immortals of Avium. I'm not gonna lie. Like, again, August is that period of time where if you don't drop by like the first 2 days of, oh my gosh, wait, Starfield comes out when?
September, bro.
September like 6th.
Yeah, it's looking kind of techie for you, bro.
And Cyberpunk's DLC comes out September 26th. Like, it's a really bad time for them.
We're in a place financially where it's like, why am I gonna spend 60-70 now on this when I can spend 60-70 next month and get that, or hope to get the kind of experience that Starfield is selling? Like,
yeah,
it's less of a I want to play this game and more of a financial, like, I'm not trying to spend all of this money on games.
And then he's He's serious. I would tend to agree. Now it's coming down to consumer choice, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't have the options to get multiple games like that. And
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, in between Cyberpunk DLC, Starfield, Fires of Rubicon, and this game that just kind of came out of the blue this year, it's hard to, you know, justify that purchase unless, you know, people just really want to be, again, super counterculture and be like, yeah, I'm playing the game that everybody not gonna believe in. You know what I'm saying? Pull the whole Michael Irvin speech on him and shit. I don't know that this was, again, for the sense of polish and for the sense of quality product, this is a good move. But in the grand scheme of things, I feel like we don't mention this too often. I'm glad one brought that point up. In the scheme of your actual commercial and potential critical success, because I believe that where a game releases in a year relative to other games does provide some sort of skew on people's perspective. I think it does for general audiences. I feel like it does to a certain extent, and this could affect how we're seeing it. You know what I mean? Like, again, at least in the terms of how people view its viability in terms of, oh, should I get into this game? Because look what happened to Horizon last year. You know what I mean? Like, Elden Ring dropped, and Horizon, while it's a good game, it only got so much actual like media attention. And people were like, it took till the end of the year to people be like, yo, Horizon was a really good game that people missed. I wonder why. Because Elden Ring just steamrolled all over its glory. You know what I mean? Like, so that could play a factor in how it gets received by the public and to a certain extent of critics. I would say critics are the most affected by that because they're gonna, you know, it's their job to actually play through all games. So, you know, that is less so. But generally, the public perception could be affected by what they drop. So this is a risk. But again, for the sake of quality, it might be a risk worth taking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. It's really tough because it's like there's so many things that could affect how your game performs.
100%.
You always want to put yourself in the best place. Like, we say all these things now about our doubts about it, but they could drop and it could be blow everyone out the water. Like, you never know.
And again, I thought I wasn't going to be interested in this game whatsoever, but they showed me something. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yo, I'm actually kind of intrigued by the project and what they've laid out. Just got to smooth some things over with the optimization, again, with some of the effects and stuff to smooth out that performance. But it looks good from what I saw. Again, the concept looked good from what I saw. It looked like a fun thing to get into, a fun little single player like thing. You could just, again, enjoy the campaign, enjoy that story, enjoy just what they had on offer in terms of the gameplay loop, and keep it pushing. So hopefully it turns out to be a really good experience that, you know, not too many people at least sleep on in the interim. Hope people can just catch it before the fall gaming season happens and we're all marooned. But yeah, all right. Speaking of delays, that wasn't the only one we got. In addition to Immortals of Avium, we got the news that Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn has been pushed back to 2024. As the team at 844 decided, it was just, you know, the right time to take more time, if you know what I'm saying. So again, Kyle, throw it back to you. What do you think that reasoning was, I guess, in the development process for delay and, you know, pushing it back to 2024 for them?
I think that we're getting to a stage now where I think people are just starting to understand. I think there's starting to be more pushback, like from studios to investors and people at the higher seats. Sort of, I feel like there's genuine conversations happening, just talking about, like, you know, why are we pushing this out, ruining our reputation, ruining everything that we built in the past and all that kind of stuff, when we could just bring out a polished product. I feel like those are the conversations that are happening now more and more with games, because we're seeing delays left, right, and center. So something is happening. It's not just like oh shit, you know, the game's not ready. Like, I feel like there's a reason why so many games are being delayed, so many films are being delayed. It's like
100%.
We can release this stuff and we can, you know, we can make our money, we can have our thrill, but like, if the game or whatever kind of project that you're working on is not complete to the fullest potential, first of all, you're overworking a bunch of people, which is like really, really, really just not the vibe. Second of all, you're just releasing an unfinished product. Like, no creative wants to do that. Like, the people at the top don't care, the investors don't care. Like, everybody knows that. But if you have the choice to sit and take your time with the project, like, you as a creative, you're gonna damn well do it. So I feel like people are just kind of getting tired of being overworked to not even get to release a product that they like.
Yeah, damn. Nah, hit that well, bro. Yo, my man's on the studio. He hit that different mind. He's like, yeah, nah, I'm here now. I'm with you. My man's harmonized. He's become one.
For sure. I really do. And I agree that honestly, like, I think I tweeted that today, that I was just like, man, honestly, if we stopped, if everything that we wanted, like if every game we wanted to came out it took them an extra 2 to 3 years, I don't think any of us would notice, because there's so much stuff out that's out, and then there's so much stuff that's out that you never even seen or played before. That's like, honestly, I think we have too much stuff. So I'm happy that they delayed it. Honestly, if you're a game coming out and you're thinking about dropping and you haven't announced your release date and you haven't done it yet, do it next year, bro. There's too much stuff in September. Like, you're gonna get overshadowed no matter what month you look at. I can promise you there's a game there that's gonna overshadow you out of just brand alone. And it's not to say that you can't compete. You could definitely compete if you want to, but why force yourself to come out early with a subpar product and just like fizzle out of existence when you could have made an impact?
My thing is, why take the risk?
Yeah.
Why take the risk? The amount of money that you're gonna spend on marketing, all the research that's gonna go into, okay, yeah, we're gonna go head to head with Starfield. Let's get all these people to get all the amount of research so we can get as many sales as possible. Like, why? Why go through that? Why go through that whole process? Why stress out your studio? Why stress out everybody that's working on this product is just gonna be stressed because the investors want games out. Like, there's enough time. Because, like, what's the average development cycle of a game now? Like 5+ years for like a AAA game.
I say 3 to 6. Honestly, I've seen that range before for a AAA game for a AAA game, probably on the upper end. Yeah,
5-6 years from game to go from concept to barely playable demo. Because realistically, that's how it is. Like, it takes these 5 years, and it's like at the end of these 5 years, a lot of people don't even have the finished product yet. There's still so much polish that needs to be done.
Yeah.
I was like, just take the extra time. You've already spent 5 fucking years.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I hear it, bro. Honestly, shit's crazy, but yeah, take your time, man. You know what we always say. Take your time.
Yeah, literally, like, that's one. I think that's one thing that all three of us always stand by. Just like, don't overwork people. Just take your time and release a good product.
Facts, bro. Don't listen to the neckbeards. They obviously do not know what they're talking about a very wide variety and deep range of topics. So please,
very wide and deep range of topics.
Please. Oh man, just keep on your process. All right, pushing on here via the ongoing FTC injunction / court hearings, which we'll hear a lot more about across this episode, which seems to be a growing theme over the past few weeks here. We discovered that Microsoft were fully basically able and in position to, quote, spend Sony out of business, and were considering acquiring, and I quote, Remedy, Crytek, Playdead, People Can Fly, IO Interactive, Larian Studios, Supergiant, Thunderful, 11-Bit Studios, Rebellion, Paradox Interactive, Bohemia Interactive, and Manicore Games. So a lot of companies were, kind of in the eyesights, in the the crosshairs of Microsoft at one point. So how is this looking that Microsoft were playing with the thought of just basically just a full sweep to really get at PlayStation on this front?
That's so nasty, bro. They just tried to strong arm their, like, they literally were just trying to bully them out of the market. Like, what if we bought everything right now? Like, what are they gonna do? Can they stop us? And they're like, I don't think they can. It's like, I don't know, man. Seems like a good idea. Like, I'm happy somebody was in the room like, let's not buy every single game studio. That would be stupid, because we still don't even know if them buying game studios right now at this point in time was even a good idea, because we haven't really seen like the big changes like from Xbox's new acquired studios yet. So it's just wild that they did this. The PlayStation fanboys are looking at this like, crazy. It's almost like, y'all can't make your own games. Like, I feel like that's what a lot of the PlayStation like people are thinking. But it's also like, man, maybe they don't need Blizzard if they were gonna make that big of a move, They
don't, bro. I don't know, man. This is weird. This is so, well, actually, in the grand scheme of this, it's not weird. They was trying to, it's just, it's just not surprising. It's just refreshing to see the actual open admission of a lot of things that were kind of being veiled behind smoke and mirrors through this FTC filing. I'm just glad that this court case is bringing a lot of stuff out that people needed to hear. And you know what I'm saying? Again, a lot of us were just speculating on. I'm just glad a lot of stuff is concrete now. It's insane to think that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what could they acquire? Like, and again, most of the time, these businesses are literally like 2 steps ahead of us. We don't know what they're going to plan, but they were planning to buy damn near everything in their mama on the whole block just to get at Sony. And again, we're going to talk more about this throughout the episode, but Xbox knows they're in a very, very dire spot. They're fairly far behind, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that they're willing to put this level of thought and planning into it, you know what I'm saying? They said they're ready to strike on those companies if need be, if it's so fit. It's crazy to think that that's in the realm of possibility. And again, if I'm not saying anything, but if this, you know what I'm saying, this Activision thing don't go through, you best believe some of those studios that we just mentioned, they're gonna be on the chopping block to get acquired. They gonna make it a difference somehow. So, you know what I'm saying, this is a very interesting time, and I feel like it validates a bit of what you said when, like, you know, I think we did talk about this. We all talked about this a few episodes ago. Like, if this Activision shit, whatever happens, if this goes through like this, the floodgates might really, really open. Like, it was proxy war before, but now it looks like it's all getting put out in the open though. Insane.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. There's a lot of different ways you could look at this, and everyone's gonna speculate because no one was actually in the room. But as I don't really care about Sony or Xbox, but I feel like from everything I've seen from Xbox, knowing that, you know, they were in the position to outspend Sony. Like, I feel like them outspending Sony doesn't benefit them at all. Like, okay, flex your money around, make some projects, but it doesn't really benefit them. I feel like the fact that they could have and they didn't just kind of shows testament to more where Xbox is at, and they're kind of working at their own pace. Like, things have not been going right for them at all, right? Like on a larger scale, if you kind of look at Xbox, everyone's just kind of like, yeah, we're on the Sony train right now. That's basically the general feeling of how they're going. But I feel like the fact that they've just kind of been able to ride through that and kind of work on stuff that, like, work on stuff that they want, and for some parts what their fans want, just kind of shows more where they're at. I think it's kind of cool that they've not just decided to go and buy shit because they have the money to buy shit.
That's true. That is also another side to the coin. Like, it's scary, but it is also good that there's some level of, like, you know, restraint there, because they could, in the same token, they could have pulled an Embracer Group. They could have pulled an Embracer Group to some degree, where they just buy up all these, you know, random studios and just start making it, you know, making plans to put them to work in some way, shape, or form. So the fact that there's, again, they more than likely, of course, obviously do have some type of strategic plan that they're like, once we get these acquired, we're gonna, you know, move them into this and move some resources on that. There's actual, you know, it's not like just willy-nilly spending shit like an Embracer Group and then figuring out what the hell to do and then collapsing half of the studios you bought just because you didn't know what to do with them in time, and you had to pay some money back.
That, bro. I would absolutely hate that.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, it's just crazy. They like, it is a bit of desperation though. It is crazy to see it, like, you know, in out in the open. Like, damn, Microsoft, like, I'll spend these bags just to get at you. I hate you, PlayStation. I'm ready to spend on how many companies I need to get on your ass.
Like, Xbox is mad unbothered by PlayStation though. Like,
bro, they don't
anyone
care.
else who get the vibe? Like, I feel like they don't give a flying fuck, but Sony is just mad pay.
Oh no, 100%. And again, we talked about this before. I don't think PlayStation they shouldn't have too many reasons to be mad at what Xbox does, in my opinion, because if you step back, it's just a reflection of what's happened over the past decade. PlayStation has exerted dominance over the entire space for a decade plus at this stage. Xbox got close in the 360 era, but as soon as the Xbox One era happened and it first turned, there was an unimaginable gap, and it only got wider as time went. The only reason that PlayStation, I feel like, are getting that petty and peckish at a lot of these things is because Xbox has figured a way to try and start closing the gap and make an alluring product outside of what the normal bounds are with Xbox Game
100%,
Pass.
bro.
Xbox Game
They're creating
Pass
a nice
turns something.
ecosystem.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
creating a very, very nice ecosystem. And it's like Sony is failing at that right now. Because like, why are you charging like fucking, what's that new handheld cloud device?
Oh, the
It's
Q.
gonna be like $300.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like, why are you charging that? In general, right? If you wanted to play Skate, like an older game on your PS5, you have to buy like what, the highest tier PlayStation Plus. Like if you wanted to go back and play one of those like old games that they have in their catalog,
like
Oh,
this,
you're
yeah,
talking
you
about
have
like
to
the
pay
PS3
the
era,
highest
yeah.
tier
in
of
the
PlayStation.
premium,
yeah.
yeah.
Xbox Game Pass is right there, bro, and you can play so many games on your PC, on your Xbox. Like when you think about it, they've actually just been playing the long game, and it's kind of cool to see that like everybody's kind of realizing that like, yo, Xbox is offering us a lot.
No, for sure. But
like
here's the thing though, and this is like, I love this conversation because here's like the flip side of that, right? Like you're absolutely right that Xbox is offering us now a great service. Like we're seeing Xbox come out, right? And they're doing all these things. They're acquiring all these companies. They're spending all this money. They're doing all of this just to catch up to PlayStation. And that's the thing about, like, I guess if we're really talking about the console war, just like who's the better, like who's in a better position, Sony or Microsoft? Like Microsoft spent $1 billion just to try to catch up to PlayStation. Sony has not spent a dime more than like outside of regular spending. You know what I'm saying? Like they acquired Bungie, sure. Bungie and like I think a couple other studios, but you could even chalk that up to just an aggressive year for them if Xbox wasn't trying to buy out the world. And that's what I think is really going to come down to. It's like they're making a lot of bets. They're putting their money up to try to double it in the future. But like PlayStation hasn't had to do that, and they are still kind of on top. And that's something
It's
that's
not even kind of. They're solid.
I will never dispute that they are.
But
not, like,
I'm telling you,
way
because
ahead.
of that gap in that Xbox One era, they've had nothing but time just to reinvest into their first party titles and their first party strategy and prioritize that. And that's not necessarily what's kept. It's most of what has kept them afloat, though. Again, it's the allure of the exclusive. Of course it is. That's what the rub is. You know what I'm saying? That's why PlayStation is PlayStation. They got the top of the line games, top of the line first party stuff you can't find anywhere else, really. And they've been real secretive about that. But I think because of the ecosystem Xbox is building, and because Xbox does things like putting a lot of their day one games on Xbox Game Pass, it runs directly opposite to everything that PlayStation's had set up and found success in, prioritizing, privatizing, and putting on a pedestal that level of exclusive. And the fact you can open up that access on the Xbox side, that runs very, very opposite of what the business model and what the intention of Sony, what they want to do with their PlayStation stuff. And I feel like it's the fact that Game Pass picks up so much steam, and the fact that Xbox has acquired so much to help support that ecosystem. That's like, okay, yeah, now we got to try and stomp them out because they have something that could really, really poke holes at what we're trying to do in the eyes of the consumer. In the perception of the consumer, this might look a little crazy if we keep going on this path to get better games on their service, and they put it on stuff day one. It's a tough thing, you know what I'm saying? And again, the acquisition war, the acquisition, you know what I'm saying, path that we're going down, it's either gonna, you know what I'm saying, completely catch Xbox up, or they're gonna still be confused and not figure out what their direct line path is. But either way, the next, you know, the conclusion of this case is gonna be telling, and everything that comes after is gonna be really telling to where everybody ends up.
Yeah. I agree.
Shit crazy. I mean, we could, you know what I'm saying, we could do some Xbox and PlayStation games. I'm like, whoever can get to us first, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly, I'm not saying we're giving biased opinions, but you know what I'm saying, we can have conversations. Jim Ryan, Phil Spencer, we here, you know what I'm saying? We could X-cast it out, see what we could do, you know what I'm saying? That collector's edition at Starfield looking real good this time of year. That's all. Just want to put it out there, man. Some nice little things. That little Venom statue look good too on that Spider-Man. I'm just putting thoughts out there. That's all I'm saying.
If y'all want to, hook us up with the studio too. I mean, you know, put us on the bankroll. I promise you, we'll get to the bottom of it.
Bro, listen. The PlayStation or the Xbox cooldown, I'm not mad at that, bro. Just toss us a bag and we'll talk. You know what I'm saying? From an unbiased opinion, of course.
DM's open.
Real talk, man. All right, but keeping on the vein of Xbox, let's track back a little bit to the Xbox Game Showcase. Now, that went through, was a pretty solid showcase, but people were quick to notice that Halo was nowhere to be seen. It wasn't on the main show, wasn't on the pre-show, wasn't on a peep show, wasn't on any damn show. And Phil Spencer took to Video Game Chronicle to speak more on this, saying, quote, I wouldn't say Halo was of lesser importance, but we have over 20 studios now. You can kind of see that in some of the social things that the team have been doing around seasons, but I don't want to force them to talk about their longer term vision until they're ready. I think you'll see some pretty cool things coming. So, Kai, let's take a second. Let's look at this.
I think it's a good thing. Like Halo has been like a topic of conversation for a while, and I feel like they haven't really hit the mark with Halo for its core fan base for a long time. So the fact that I guess what this absence means is that they've acknowledged that, and I don't think they're ever going to run away from Halo. So I think this absence just means that they are taking the time to do justice by the name. Because I feel like they don't have many attempts to do that left.
Now, again, I was going to direct this question to you, Kai, but I'll direct it back to Wen. So, based on this, I mean, well, thoughts on where Halo is standing now and where you think it should stand?
This is just stand in the trash, man. So, like, again, I'm not a Halo hater, but I don't really care for the game.
Neither do I. Like, honestly, I barely even played Halo.
I do, but I'll say my piece later.
No, yeah, and I'm not saying that we should. I mean, I have said we should stop doing Halo, but I'm not saying that right now. That's not the important thing. I think what's very important is the question that was asked and that response translated into like non-PR terms. He said, dog, why the fuck are you focusing on all of these? I got 20 studios. We just bought 20 brand new studios. And you're talking about Halo, bro? Who cares? It's like, I saw an article that was like, the next Elder Scrolls game won't be out till 2026, and I was like, who the fuck is asking about that game when they just showed Starfield, bro? He does not. That was like the funniest part about this whole thing is like the whole time I'm thinking he's like, dog, I don't want to talk about the one game we didn't show off today. And that's kind of how I feel. Actually, that circles back to how I feel about Halo, where it's like, give it time, bro. I think you guys just need straight up time. Literally. Don't even bring the game up. Don't do no collectors, nothing. Just show us a finished good title with a lot of content stored and ready to go. I don't think we need any more like Halo teasers, Halo anything. Like, bro, Xbox can survive without the green guy there. Like, I think people really need to understand that. I love Master Chief, but if he's not on Xbox for an entire console generation, it's not going to implode. The same way that like Jack and Daxter is no longer on PlayStation, Sly Cooper is no longer on PlayStation, Crash Bandicoot is no longer on PlayStation. I'm not saying we need to move on from Halo, but we gotta stop focusing on that, because I feel like there are so many good, better games that are coming out that are actually going to be like, whoa, this is noteworthy.
Yeah, I feel like Halo distracts people from the other cool things that they're working on.
Go ahead, Tripp. We just shit on your game. I'm sorry.
Nah, but we didn't even shit on it though.
I know we did it, but it's also like I don't want to see this shit no more.
Like I feel like we could have been way harsher.
Y'all did it. All right. Let me speak on this. So I am in agreement actually with the both of you to a certain extent. Not okay, when not you, not the extreme. I'm not agreeing with you.
Fucking burn it all down.
Let me clarify where I stand. I'm more of in King's camp as somebody that does care about Halo, unlike y'all two, and you know what I'm saying, respectfully. I just think they need to have a long sit down, and Phil Spencer's right on the money. They need to have a long sit down with their leadership and understand what the direction of the franchise is. Now, we talked about this a long time ago when K-Dot was on the pod, but you know, we spoke about whether Halo should, you know, be a franchise anymore, should just hang out the boots. And in my opinion, I don't think that right now Xbox is in the position to just let first party juggernauts go. I don't think they are. Now, if you give them time to have a reset, cool. Absolutely, I'm 100% for that. You give them time to sit down, rethink their strategy, come together. Because Phil Spencer said we've been very public about all the the different restructurings and people leaving. Bonnie Ross left, Stanton left. Like, how many people left the Halo team, and new leadership is in place because of all the transgressions of what happened with Halo Infinite. They've been very clear that they needed a reset, and they got the reset. And I'm fine with not seeing him, but I need to not see you for a good little while. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when you need to, this is a question of quality. This is not a question of, are you gonna pop up? Are you alive? I need you to come out swinging. When I see the next Halo, whatever it is, I need it to be like 2 to 4 years away, and I needed to blow people's minds. I needed to be like, this is the stuff day one that we wanted to show you. This is what we wanted to, make that first impression. This is how we wanted to kick off Halo from the last one that we did. It needs to be that level, but in order to do that, you got to be on the back burner. I do 100% agree with Phil Spencer. There's 20 studios, guys. There's 20 studios. There's so much more great stuff happening and stuff going on. Halo, again, as much as it is the forerunner, pun intended, of the basically just the Xbox, the banner, the big dog. It needs to take a rest. It needs to take a rest because it just hasn't. It has not had the experiences that befit a forerunner of an entire, of an entire brand, of an entire console. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of, at least in the same bracket, you know what I'm saying, to some degree, I would be like, listen, I ragged on Uncharted for a while. You know what I'm saying? I've done it. And even though all the Uncharted's are, as a franchise, they're at minimum decent. You know what I'm saying? They're solid games. I ain't gonna lie to you. But at some point, I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all need to take a break. Y'all need to rest up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing too much right now. Back it up. And if it takes if they don't come back, I would very much love it if they, they put that thing to rest, do what they need to do. But like a gap in between, say like an Uncharted 3 and an Uncharted 4 is probably like a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Like that little gap between, launch on PlayStation 4, giving the franchise a rest does a lot more good than harm, I think, especially one that's been battered this much by reception and lack of content support and just how the rollout for Halo Infinite went. You just need a little bit of rest and time in the, the hyperbolic time chamber, in that little pod, just collecting strength to really come out on the best foot possible. So if Halo disappears from all marketing and stuff for the next 2 to 3 years while Xbox really strengthens everything else, and then, you throw the alley-oop back up and Master Chief is there to, 360 windmill and all that shit like that, I'm perfectly fine with it. It just needs some time in the pressure cooker. But I don't think it's a time for Chief to die yet. I'm sorry, Owen. All right. There it is.
That boy did.
Oh my gosh. Niggas is haters.
You smoking on that Chief pack.
That is crazy. Oh, you chiefing for real? That's insane. That's actually insane. Anyways, I'm moving on. Funnily enough, we got a Souls-like link up between Lies of P and Wolong Fallen Dynasty. No new details just yet, but we have a collaboration on the way. So we're likely to see Wolong appear in some fashion or form in Lies of P, releasing September 19th of this year. So I mean, when thoughts on a Souls-like collab of this nature? I feel like I haven't really seen anything from this type of lane that does that.
I think it's pretty cool because it kind of I feel like Souls-like games are so and I'm trying to say this in the nicest way possible. Actually, I'm really not trying. They're all almost identical. Like, it's almost the same game with different skins. So it's wild to me that they haven't collabed before. I feel like they're so afraid of collabing with each other because they're gonna be I feel like at some point they were my games are so Souls-like that it basically feels like a ripoff of Dark Souls. So I don't want to try to associate myself with that game because I want to be different. But people really like that they're all very similar in terms of difficulty and playstyle. So I feel like they should do more of this kind of stuff because I feel like a lot of their fans overlap. So I'm surprised. I think that's the reason we haven't seen something like this, is because you would ask, people would be like, oh, Dark Souls 2 is a lot harder than Demon Souls, but Demon Souls is a lot different. They're very different. They're all the same thing. Even Code Vein, and I know people are gonna be in the mentions Elden Ring is not like Code Vein. To a lot of people, they are very identical.
Yeah, nah. I hear. Again, for me, I'm kind of newer to this area. You know what I'm saying? I think this is cool. I actually think this is cool. I think, again, games whose exploration is as open as, again, the Souls-like genre is. I think it would actually be cool to, again, either put something on the map or, what I'm saying, a nice little set of armor or whatever that you can find somewhere that relates to another franchise. I think it's cool. And again, with the depth of exploration, it's easy to plant it somewhere, and then you just got to go find it out there, and then people can report on it. It could be its own little circulating story, and that just adds
be like
to,
an Easter egg too, or something.
Literally, it can just add to what everything was. It's like again, Elden Ring, finding the gut sword or whatever, the sword that you know what I'm saying, like that stuff it just adds to it, and just make it licensed. You could just say as a whole promo thing, like, hey, we put this set of armor from Wo Long in the map, go find it, see you later. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole official thing, and then people can just report back. That's a whole great marketing campaign that just creates a lot of back and forth organic buzz. So you know what I'm saying, that's a free idea for you. You know what I'm saying, Liza P, hit us up. You know what time it is. Man. But yeah, solid. Otherwise, solid. All right, pushing on here. As Nintendo regularly does, they popped out of the blue without any warning or regard for our schedules or lives, and they had their own Nintendo Direct for June of 2023, covering a whole bunch of new games coming through. And we'll just cut some of the major ones that we saw to see what's going on, and of course we can mention any ones that we missed. Of course, we started at some point in the show with Detective Pikachu Returns coming out on October 6th, seeing the sequel to, of course, Detective Pikachu. How'd y'all feel about that though? Let's go to Kai first. Detective Pikachu? That's the one?
No.
Damn, it's not. What made you say that?
I don't know, bro. It's boring.
See, you don't like Detective Pikachu? You don't like coffee? That's what you're telling me?
Like Detective Pikachu, I'm fucking good. That's how I feel.
You don't want to solve mysteries? You ain't inquisitive? That's tough.
No. Oh. Detective Pikachu, Miss, Super Mario RPG, okay. Dragon Quest, okay. Pikmin, Yawn. I'm not gonna speak on MGS. I feel like Gwen will cut off my internet.
Yeah. Leave it alone, bro. Leave it alone.
Super Mario Bros. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Then we can circle back on that for a second to get a comment. But yeah, let's run through it. When out of, again, we got Detective Pikachu Returns, Super Mario RPG Remake, Dragon Quest Monsters, Pikmin 4, the whole Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Before we get to Wonder, what did you make of the what I'm saying, some of the drops in there?
So Detective Pikachu, I'm definitely not playing, but I love that the main voice actor in Yakuza Like a Dragon, Ichiban, it's the same guy. I think they literally sound identical. That's why it's so funny to me. I'm like, oh, that's literally Ichiban. Cool for people who like it. Movie was cool. I'm really a huge fan of Super Mario RPG. I showed my brother this because he was one of the first people who I played that game with, and he was like, bro, who cared about this game? And I'm like, enough people, I guess, because we thought we played it. We were like, this doesn't feel like a Nintendo game at all. But like it was a Super Nintendo game, but it was just like, it felt like a ROM. Like I feel like somebody else made it. So we always thought it was like so niche, but happy to see it again. Probably gonna cop. Dragon Quest Monsters, gonna cop on sale. I love these Dragon Quest games. They're all they be putting out these like low budget bangers is the best way to describe them, because they're not AAA quality, but they're the core elements of them are so fun and so addicting that like I still have Dragon Quest Treasures that I need to go beat because it's like so silly. Yeah, it's so silly and like fun. And it's
they have the extendo clip with these games. I see Dragon Quest all the time.
They've dropped the game every year. I feel like you could look back. I'm gonna have to check in, but I feel like they've dropped one game every year for the past 5 years.
People dropping Dragon Quest Builder as well.
Yeah, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 has been dropped, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's nuts. I think after Dragon Quest 15, they were like, we got to keep the momentum going, and they literally haven't stopped. More Pikmin 4 news. Big hype. I actually bought Pikmin 1 and 2. I am addicted. I cannot stop playing these games. Pikmin's actually cool. They're really, really good. Like I bought them. I'm like, I cannot stop playing that game. I'm definitely copping 4 day one. And Metal Gear Solid, the only reason this shit is important is because they gave us a date. That's the only thing I cared about. Because they said that this was coming. I didn't know it was coming to the Switch. Which is cool, but they never told us a date. But they said Steam and PS5, so I assume that's where they were gonna go. But happy to see it on the Switch. I think it's probably the best place to get it if you're not gonna get it on Steam. And then Super Mario Wonders was absolutely bananas. The fact that it's coming out in October, I was like, dog, you like again, too many games, bro. Way too many games.
That's a disgusting amount of games, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's actually insane. Yeah. Yeah, to run through this, Super Mario RPG remake actually pretty cool. I'm glad that came through. Dragon Quest Monsters, I ain't gonna lie, they make better Pokemon games than Pokemon. I'm saying it right here. Okay, all right, maybe not all the way, but at least it looks better run. That's all I'll say. You know what I'm saying? Performance-wise, it looks decent. Pikmin 4, I gotta play Pikmin to really get Pikmin, but again, I've heard good things, so I'm gonna leave that. Best of luck in the draft when. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, I will be getting this day one. I did not know this was coming out on Steam, so I'm actually gonna get this on Steam. So thanks Nintendo for reminding me that it's gonna be on Steam. Appreciate that. But yeah, I will be getting this, and I will be diving into all of Metal Gear. Honestly, I might start from like the beginning. I might start from the NES versions, because I have always gotten gaps and parts of story and just parts of the Metal Gear Solid world. I want to understand all of it. And again, me being a Kingdom Hearts fan, I am a bit of a whore for convoluted and confusing stories. So why not go to the OG? You know what I mean? Why not really dive into the OG and just get it, you know, full bore, just understand all of the story and just be amazed. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew from jump, if I played through the whole entire series, it's going to be, you know, probably one of my favorites. So I really like it at the least. So I'm glad it's all, at least this first part, it's all on one, you know, area before I can go to anything else. But I don't think I'm gonna wait to play like MGS4 or anything like that. They're gonna do a volume 2 in like the next year or so, whatever. But I don't think I'm gonna wait on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm gonna wait. I'm probably gonna try and get, you know what I'm saying, emulator or something like that. Dolphin's gonna be on Steam now, so I might just do that. But yeah, that's cool. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Elephant Mario. They might have stolen Game of the Year, guys. I'm sorry, they might have stolen it. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Do y'all really think that Zelda is gonna beat the OG? You know what I'm saying? Elephant Tusk. I'm sorry, I don't see it. Nah, but seriously though, Super Mario Wonder actually looked cool. Actually looked really, really cool. I liked a lot of the just the different, I guess, warps, you know, different warps and different takes and just deviations from the, you know, the normal Super Mario Bros. Format. Again, just curious to see how everything else pans out. Shit looked dope. Beyond that, actually looks dope. And again, releasing this year, that's one of the things I really do like about Nintendo. When they drop some surprise dates, they're gonna give it to you soon. Like, yo, like this joint is on the way, like imminently. So that's dope. Again, if for anybody who is somewhat clued into the video game draft on the growth side, yeah, at this point, you know what I'm saying, Kendall stole this pick, so he's hedging his bets like a dick. so that's that. But yeah, overall, it was a decent showing. I was surprised by some of those things. There was some good picks. Out of some of the stuff that we missed, there was a couple of cool things. Again, like there was like 8 more farming simulators, because that's what Nintendo does. Jesus. Farming sims will never die, and then that's the
they actually won't. That's so scary. They will never die, bro.
That's the beginning and end of it, bro. People love farming, man. Back to the roots. Come on now. I'm about to say back to the roots. There was a Princess Peach game. I have no idea what that's gonna be about. Dark Moon, Luigi's Mansion Remastered. That's gonna be cool. Shouts to them. Batman Arkham Trilogy. How the hell is that gonna run on a Switch? Tell me right now. How is that gonna run on a Switch? How is that gonna run well on a Switch?
Bro,
Asylum, maybe. Arkham Asylum
on the Switch Pro.
What Pro? It's Fairy Dust, Fugazi. It's a myth, urban legend, son. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would pay money to see Arkham City run on this thing well. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Arkham Knight, oh man, nah. Arkham Knight was
FPS gaming.
Oh goodness me, man. But yeah, outside of that, there's really nothing much. Quickly, letter grades for Nintendo, since we're still, I guess, on the back half of showcase season. I will give it a C+.
It's gonna be a D, bro.
D.
Damn.
Damn.
I'm gonna go ahead and put a B-. God damn.
Wow.
This man never wants a Switch, I guess. Like, that's what I'm getting out of that. He's like, man,
you know, I've actually bought and sold 2 Switches in my life.
We asked the wrong guy this question.
The insane leapfrogging. Leapfrogging.
I have bought a Switch for like specific titles and been disappointed and just sold it straight off.
Wow.
The secondhand Switch market is being kept alive by King himself.
Literally, no, bro. Because I was looking at one the other day. I was like, yo, I'm about to do it again.
This man said, I love the game. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. But all right. Out of the blue, Bandai Namco have announced that they got their own summer showcase going down on July 1st, this Saturday as of this recording, to show some exciting announcements and reveals. So when let's start with you. What predictions or thoughts do you have for the event? What do you think we're going to see?
We're definitely going to see some Naruto. I think they're going to show off connections. For sure, Tekken. Like, if there's no Tekken, I'd actually be shocked. And if I had to give a third, like, wild prediction that I would love to see, I was about to say a Chainsaw Man game. Absolutely not.
Good luck.
Yeah, I wanted to see like a 2D.
Chainsaw Man game would go crazy.
They got like 7 episodes out. That game would be 20 minutes long. Like the way these anime games go through episodes, like you would play the campaign for like 30 seconds and it would be over. And it would be all moving text with a picture of like the Chainsaw Man. Like that's how they all are. It's so annoying. But I would love to see a 2D Jump Force fighting game. I don't think it's gonna happen though. That would be sick, but it's never gonna happen. Like
go crazy.
Me personally, bonus points if it's a platformer fight, like a Smash Bros. One. I think that would be really fucking fun. But I don't think we're ever gonna see that.
Jay, I'm about to say, like, I mean, again, I can't remember what episode we did talk about, but we did hear about. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Shonen Jump themselves, but they were filing stuff for maybe a game. But they had like a lot of IPs down, like a lot of franchises that were a lot of different shonens down, written down for some type of game. I don't know if that could be related or not, but you know what I'm saying. I don't think it's as impossible as you think. Will it be good? That's the jury's out. But if it's possible, it's different.
If they make a collaboration game, I'm gonna put money now that it's gonna be a phone game and it's gonna be a gacha.
Oh
and
my
I feel like that. If there's a Jump Force, it's gonna be on a phone. Mark my words.
I will purposely stub my pinky toe on this desk if that happens. I will do it, and I will sit here and cry and writhe in pain just because they did that. I 100% will do that. But my prediction, honestly, really. I only got one major like thing I want to see, like off the rip, for real. Don't tell everybody I said this, but give me that Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, you fucking bums. Give it to me. Where's Shadow of the Erdtree?
Oh,
where is it?
Elden Ring. I forgot they do have a DLC coming out.
Yeah. You just announced the name of it, and then you just did nothing. You just let it go into the shadows, baby. I remembered. Pepperidge Farm remembers. So give it up.
You guys are bugging, bro. We getting that Peppa Pig World Adventures too.
Oh my gosh. Bandai got jurisdiction over that.
Yep. That's insane.
I can't believe this. I was about to say, honestly, but for real, like, Shadow of the Erdtree is probably one of the only things I want. Tekken would be cool to, see what else they got going, because they said I think they said they have a playtest coming, so I would expect Tekken would be there in some capacity. I don't know if they have jurisdiction over Tenkaichi 4 or the new Tenkaichi. I know that got announced a little while back, but we haven't heard anything since. So an update on that would be cool. Outside of that, though, you surprised me. I forgot what IPs I got, Bandai. You know what I'm saying?
So many, bro. It's so many.
Now I'm about to say, yeah. Tell us your predictions while I go look these up, King.
I have no fucking idea. I'll be so honest. I have no idea.
Not a clue? Not a little bit? Not even.
The only thing I hear Bandai, I hear Naruto. That's it. Like,
that's true. Oh, Scarlet Nexus. They could have another Scarlet Nexus. Maybe it's been a minute.
That game came out last year. I feel.
Did it?
Yeah, if
it didn't, that game came out like.
It was like 1 or 2 max.
Yeah.
Was it 2022?
It might have been.
2021. Oh,
it was after COVID, or like
after like
the big year.
It was like middle and late 2021 though.
It was 2021. Did it say June? It just
regardless.
It said June 24th. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's still not long enough.
Yeah, it's not long enough. Soul Calibur, anybody? Anybody up for Soul Calibur? Huh?
Ooh, the dog pictures.
I mean, they always drop some good stuff anyway. It's at least something decent. I need a Pac-Man World 2 remaster. If that didn't happen already, if it did, I sincerely.
World? No, I think that did get remastered.
They did. Oh dang, that's my fault.
The One Piece game?
Oh, yeah, Odyssey?
Not good.
Damn.
Wait, Odyssey did better than. I thought you were talking about World Seeker. Odyssey,
Odyssey, the newer one.
I don't think Odyssey did bad. but I also don't think it was super like.
I think remarkable. It did okay.
Yeah, it was alright. It was our game.
Yeah.
But like that's the best. Like that's the best you could hope for an anime game. Is that game was okay. Like because it could be either okay or wow, this was a actual scam.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you can all help us out. Just drop a J-Star Victory versus game. Just drop a new one and let's call it that. Fuck it.
Some troll account. Side note, yeah, there's some troll accounts going viral because it posed as the Cyberpunk Twitter account.
Oh my!
And they posted a tweet saying, "Hey everyone, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is still is still launching on September the 26th. 91 days from today. Made you look, love."
Did they post it with the yellow paper behind it, the yellow background?
Yeah, bro, it looks legit as fuck.
They tried to kill me. Okay, so it's attempted murder. They will be sued. Gotcha. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, they will be sued appropriately. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, Bandai Namco, y'all be all right. Just show us a couple of nice things. Show us the Tekken, show us the sweat physics, and then we'll be on our way. You know what I'm saying? That Shadow of the Erd Tree, we should be good. Cool. All right, pushing forward. Next up, we got a deeper dive into the world of Atlas Fallen and saw some more gameplay, and just a lot of the world we, traversing through, flying through the sand in. Let's throw it to Kai. What are some of the thoughts that you're feeling and what you're seeing from Atlas Fallen?
I think visually stunning. Like really, really cool visuals. I have no idea like how it will feel. Well, that's always like my issue with these games. Like they look really cool, but how are they gonna feel? It's always like my like dying question.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I would give it a try. I 100% would give it a try. I don't really feel like I have much opinions on it aside from like it looks really fucking cool, but until I get my hands on it and see how it feels, I can't really say much.
Yeah, it's like they filmed or did a game based on Darksiders, but they did it on like the beaches of Fort Myers in Tampa. That's what it feels like to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what this kind of feels like. I ain't gonna lie, let's be real. The traversal, I really do like how the world is built up. Really cool. I don't think the voice acting and voice lines they're not gonna be the hallmark. The characters will not be the hallmark of this game.
Oh yeah.
Like
that's
I'm like
another thing.
85% sure it's just cookie cutter. You know what I'm saying? Just like generative basic NPC type stuff, and that's about it. But
you must save us.
You know what I'm saying? Like that type joint. And I'm okay. I don't need that. I'd rather just put the subtitles on and just turn the volume down on the voices. But the gameplay actually does look decent. I ain't gonna lie. I'm liking it. I'm liking just the traversal. I'm liking the powers. I'm liking the drop in, drop out co-op. I am liking a lot of these features. It's just how fluid is it? And that's the question. You know what I mean? Like how smooth are we gonna get, in and out of gameplay loops? And that's the only thing I'm curious to see. Again, some of the hairstyles customization looks really good as well, but it just comes down to how smooth that gameplay is, how smooth the powers are. Exploration I'm not too mad at, but some of it looks really good. It looks really good. But I just want to know.
To be fair, like looking at the traversal, shit like bare bones, like really, really bare bones.
Yeah, but it looks good.
Looks like I'm watching Dune.
No.
Hella sand, bro.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is a sandy world, bro. It is a sandy world, man. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want from, but it just looks like a smoother movement application of a Monster Hunter ass game. And
you know what I feel like?
I'm not mad at that in a sense, but I just want the gameplay to be very engaging and as strong as possible. But I think this is gonna be like a solid. This could be a solid little experience, like, you know what I'm saying, 15, 20 hour joint.
I feel like this is gonna be a 10 out of 10 Sunni Legends montage.
10 out of 10 Sunni Legends is crazy. This will get a good 15 seconds out of his comp with The Last of Us Part 2 and all that stuff.
Yeah, make some fire edits with that.
Word. All right. Yeah, that was fair. When
aside from that, it's just an open-ended like opinion. Like
Yeah.
I will give an opinion when I can play the game.
Yeah, nah. I think this one I will at least try for a few hours to understand what really is going on here. But I think it's earned my interest enough over the past few times I've seen it. Fair play. All right. Let's get into the deep end, y'all. Start getting into the deep end. Earlier today, as of this recording, matter of fact, Jim Ryan of PlayStation, of course, appeared remotely in court to give his deposition and provided some interesting details from the perspective of PlayStation in this FTC, Xbox, Activision filing, this court hearing, and he commented on a lot of different things, including, one, Sony being hesitant of sharing any PlayStation 6 information with Microsoft and would not want to rely on a contract to ensure safety when providing sensitive info, mainly to, sending dev kits to direct competition. Two, they admitted that making Starfield an exclusive wasn't their favorite thing in the world, but Jim Ryan deemed it wasn't really anti-competitive in their process from Xbox. Three, they expressed huge disdain for Xbox Game Pass with statements disparaging the model of the service and lining up the thought that PlayStation is investing heavily in first party to keep an edge against it, and added that game publishers have unanimously not liked it whatsoever due to its value destructive nature. And four, basically Jim Ryan predicted that the cloud gaming market will become meaningful and more impactful in the range of 2025 to 2035 for the entire industry. So let's run to Kai first. What did you make of all this stuff we're hearing from Jim Ryan and Sony's input on their side of the court hearing, what they've revealed?
That's it.
That's it.
Add the hyphen, hit tweet.
Nah, that's fair. I was about to say no.
Like, why is bro? What is Sony's issue?
Talk about it. What do you think their issue is?
I have no idea what the issue is. I want to know. Like, they just seem like so closed off, like they are the victim of something that's happened in the industry. And I want to know what they think is.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. Did they get big brothered by Nintendo when they was younger? Is that what it is? And then they just wanted to like inflict a circle of pain onto everybody else?
Like a huge disdain for Xbox Game Pass, hesitant to share information about the PS6, Starfield. Like what Starfield exclusive wasn't like this is shit that doesn't matter. Not to you, but in the petty trenches of competition in the gaming space, things like this do mean a lot. Now I want to speak. I hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Wow. There is way more news about the politics happening between these two megalodon companies than there is games there now. I agree, and it's a problem. And that's a problem. Yes. Hey, I agree, man. But listen, I feel like the weight of this stuff is automatically, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna have a natural gravitas to this conversation. Like, bro, again, you got the two biggest dogs in the yard, so to speak, or first and the third biggest dog in the yard battling it out over one company because they have, you know what I'm saying, a shooty game that all these 35-year-old dudes and their sons who are like 10 are hopped up on G Fuel play. You know what I mean? Like it's serious. Hopped up on G Fuel is insane. It's serious for them, bro. It's serious, man. And I just found some of these points really funny. Like, they said, oh yeah, making Starfield an exclusive wasn't anti-competitive. I was like, yo, I really would have wished y'all did some stupid shit and said it was anti-competitive so they can come back and counter and say, yo, everything that you dropped, all these first party games that we've been denied of are just anti-competitive. Because they know that's a competitive. They know what's up. So Sony know what's up. Also, the fact of them, a part of me can understand them being hesitant to send, like, you know, dev kits or whatever. But again, if they're going to honor by the contract and honor by certain things, you know, there's not much word you can give beyond that. You know what I mean? What fail safes can you do? They want to pay hard. Yeah, I'm dying. Rate is 5 stars. But the what's it called?
beyond that, they just want to play hardball, man. They just want to play hardball with everything and make sure from the jump of this acquisition being announced, PlayStation has played hardball and they will continue to play hardball with everything that they have to keep any major stride of competition being reached from Xbox's point of view. That's just what it is. And from everything we've seen, not what I think, from what the actions that Sony has put forth in what they've done since this whole deal got announced and kicked off the ground. It's what they've shown. Again, they don't like Game Pass, and again, I a part of me does get it. A part of me get why publishers would be mad at that stuff, but for the gamer, it's good value. So of course, it's gonna try and create that angle and optic like it's a purely negative thing, but there's some upside to Game Pass, obviously, because people's loving it, families are loving it, games are getting access to it. Cool. And I don't want to sound like no damn Xbox shill, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? You can see all the angles and all the little biases that are being built into all these arguments to try and make it seem like, you know, one thing over another is the right answer or vice versa or whatever. It's just funny that they're going to this depth, this level of depth, and they're so far ahead in the market. You know what I mean? Like, it's a ruthless business.
I think that's what it is, bro. They are so far ahead right now. No one should have them on their toes the way they are. Like, it feels, it's just weird. Like, bro, they're chilling. They're really chilling right now.
And I don't want to be. I don't want to seem like I'm anti-PlayStation or nothing like that. Because let me clue y'all in on something. I don't give a fuck about any of these.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't care about loyalty to any one brand. I'm not gonna lie. I do not care about. I like what I like. I like stuff on PlayStation. Matter of fact, I love stuff on PlayStation. I love stuff on Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Like, pound for pound, arguably my favorite console of all time is the Xbox 360. But my favorite game was on a PS2. You know what I'm saying? I played a lot of my favorite games were on the PS2 era. I have no loyalty to anything. Again, we own PCs in this house, bro. Like, it is whatever. We gonna get access to it one way or another. You know what I'm saying? I got my PS5 in here. I got my Xbox. I got my PC. Like, we here. But it just seems to me like over time, over the past decade plus, PlayStation has proven that once they've secured this lead, they're going to do everything they can to maintain and keep that distance, whether it be upgrading themselves internally or exerting some pressure externally. When the first conversations about widespread cross-play came about, Xbox was fully on board to get that ball rolling. Who was the only person that really said, hey, we got to hold that up. I don't know what y'all talking about. We don't really care about that. It was PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? So because they have the upper hand, I feel like they have had this philosophy to where 80% of their doings, they're going to focus on their first party stuff. But that 20% of how they handle business and handle the space is about exerting pressure and creating that distance by putting other blockers in place to other platforms. And because these FTC filings, we're seeing a lot of that stuff, come into play, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So yeah, man, Jim Ryan he's laying it out on the table. Like, bro, we not letting you get through with everything we have in our body. We're not letting you get through. And that's the unfortunate truth of what it is. Man. I was about to say.
It's nuts.
Yeah. When it's listen, it's Sony ponies, man. Talk to him.
It's just funny because it's one of those things where, like, it's just weird to hear like these kind of like things from PlayStation. It's just such a nasty. This whole ordeal has just been such a nasty like airing out of people's closets. Mm-hmm. It just feels like, no, I'm broke. Like, it's so. There's just like, this is like the nastiest part of the console war. Like, if the console war was a real thing, it's like the nastiest part in the history, because like now it's actually like a thing, and we're getting to see all like the nasty side behind like the gaming industry. Like, I'm gonna pay you money to not be on Game Pass. Like, this like sneakiness. It's so devious. Bro. And I wish it was over, but every time, like every day, I feel like there's more news and more like people getting exposed and embarrassed.
You're not wrong, bro. The rabbit hole goes deeper. And it's just where it's gonna be a little bit before we see the end of this stuff. But yeah, PlayStation definitely made themselves known with this information that they put through. That's all I'm saying. If the picture wasn't clearer now, you either, you know what I'm saying, you either not listening to this deal, which I commend you, just don't even get involved, or, you know what I'm saying, you got a bias. You on the Xbox side or the PlayStation side, and you're not trying to, you're just on the PlayStation side. You're not trying to hear any actual, like, you know, constructive criticism or just actual assessment of the situation without bias. So, you know, that is what it is. But speaking of the FTC court hearing, there's still a lot more to go on that. All the speculations and secrets are spilling out, and we now have some reading from the case that Microsoft expects the next generation of consoles to release in 2028. When we can throw it to you, how do you feel about this? This tentative next gen date starting in 2028 is good enough time. You feel like that makes about sense?
I feel like I'm getting old. Because like I saw 2028 and I'm like, bro, they just released one. Like I really gotta go buy another PlayStation. That's gonna be annoying. Like I'm happy that the only console I ever regret selling is my PS3, because PS3 games are so annoying to play on anything that isn't the PS3. But it's gonna be annoying when I'm like 60 years old and I have all of these PlayStations that are just obsolete now. Like, man, I am not going to be excited for the 2028 PlayStation 6. Because I swear to God, if it's not a bigger improvement, I'm going to be like, what was the point? Yeah. Like, after a PS6, there should be no reason for me to have to upgrade, because you will have like 4K 120 FPS capability in that console. So there's no reason I need to get another one.
Yeah. Nah, I hear her. Kai, what about you?
I actually had the same opinion. I was like, okay, cool. 2028 is a ways away, and it would have been, I guess, like 8-9 years since they just dropped the console. It's just like after that, it's like, what more do you want? Because like, yeah, there's gonna be the actual performance increase and all that kind of stuff, but what more can you even pack into one of these fucking boxes? Like, it should get to a point where no one needs to upgrade and they can just kind of focus on making games instead of consoles. Like making a console is like the last thing that they're thinking of. How far can the technology advance for something like that? You can't. Like it has to cap somewhere.
And I swear to God, I'd never want to be a part of 8K gaming. I swear to God, bro. I never want to play a Call of Duty game in 8K. I hope that is not where we're heading, because when I tell you I have a 4K monitor, it is amazing. It cannot get better than that. Like I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is as good as it needs to get. It's like, I know that sounds like insane to some people because they don't even have 4K monitors. Like once you get to a certain point, like I have 144 hertz. After like 100, I really stop noticing the difference. Like it's not.
Yeah, I can see.
We don't need more than that.
As someone who's like played up to 300, like 100 is fine, bro.
And like even when you get to like the difference between like 100 and 300, like the technology is there. What I'm saying is like, what more could you possibly want at that point? Like if we're ever getting to 8K monitors, 8K gaming, like I feel like that would be such a waste of resources, such a waste of time.
Because my concern is, right, when you perfect the tech so far, the price just flies up, and it's like we don't need to keep gaming affordable, but we need to keep gaming affordable. Like it's it's how it works, right? It's like people can buy the console, so we get more games. It's I don't know, bro.
Like y'all gonna have games on them joints?
Interactive movie experiences.
Bro, it's just gonna be a plug for your brain. You're just gonna put it in your head. It's gonna transmit the games directly to you.
Bro, they're all just gonna watch 2020. The year is 2028. Apple has just bought Microsoft and Sony to use with the Vision Pro V3.
Oh my gosh.
PC is no longer the master race, because now Macs have access to PlayStation and Xbox titles, and you can play them on your fucking VR headset.
And every purchase comes with an Elgato Stream Deck.
That's crazy.
And 3 months of Apple Music for new accounts only, though.
For new accounts. I'm dead. Oh my gosh, man. 2028 is too long. That's too long away, bro. I just had to check the date again.
It's so close.
Hey.
I feel like it.
Let me be disillusioned for a minute, please.
Disillusioned.
Damn.
I can take a nap. It's gonna be 2025. I'm so serious.
This thing think he fried from Futurama. I'm dead. Go take the wrong cryo nap. I'm dead. All right, man. Hey, listen. Xbox Series 2 or whatever the hell you're gonna be called in PS6. Just play nice, all right? That's all I'm saying. Don't bullshit us, please. And have some games at launch. Like, yeah. Xbox I won't have to worry about because y'all probably have Elder Scrolls 6 because that shit's not dropping for another like 18 million years. So yeah, we should be fine. All right, pushing on here. Unfortunately for me, we have got some very discouraging news, at least for a little bit, that Perfect Dark is now was in a little bit of development hell. Got some information that the game's still years away. It's being described in many ways at only the beginning of their process. Got hit with multiple roadblocks, of course, with some of the restructurings, people getting taken over, all these teams moving and shifting. And of course, the initiative got hit with a lot of major turnover. So Crystal Dynamics are now carrying the bulk of the development load. But apparently, they may have hit some good rhythm as of recent, but how does this look to you, Kai?
Pause.
Wow, there it is. Can't even get no love in here, man. How you feel? Damn.
I think you know what I'm gonna say. Like I think you know what I'm gonna say.
Say it.
I think that shit is in development hell because that shit is dead, bro. Like I think this shit is in the afterlife. We're not getting a Perfect Dark, and I'm not gonna lie to you, gang. And I feel like I've already told you this once already on this podcast, but I understand you grew up with these games, dog. I understand, and they mean something. There's sentimental value. But it's time for these shits to go, bro.
This old ass nigga out here.
I think I might be older than you too, and that's the thing. Like I love these games, and I'm like, nah. That Perfect Dark has did its job. There is no more need for Perfect Dark.
You know what this is? This is gonna be like your personal version of the day before.
Jesus, hey, come on, man! Don't put that in the air like that. Why would you put that in the air like that, man? Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby? Don't you put that on me? Oh my gosh!
That's definitely what this is,
bro. I really need. I'm gonna do a skit. I'm gonna do a skit one day about how all the games I really am interested in and really love just went down the toilet in development hell. I'm gonna do it. Like, it's gonna be like a sit down, like I'm at a therapist thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need one of y'all to be my therapist and just talk me through all the games that were they looked great, and then the development process ended up going to shit, and they all died. You know what I'm saying? Or they came out and just were shit, and I was like, oh, well, am I just unlucky? Is it me? You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a LeBron tweet. Is it me? Is it?
I'm gonna be as your therapist. I'll be like, bro, it is 1000% you. it is not even bad luck. It is actually you. You need to stop looking forward to these games.
I'm dead. I'm about to have an existential crisis over this shit, bro. All I gotta say is, bro, Xbox, help them niggas, please. Help them. They're dying. Listen, you couldn't get the Redfall in time. Cool. I don't give a damn about Redfall. Help these niggas. Help them. Give them whatever they need to survive, bro. That's all I'm saying. I still got hope. They don't. It's all right. Nobody believes in you but me. It's all right. I got hope, Perfect Dark. Please come through. Damn it.
Hey, man. Anyways, the day before, November 10th, 2023.
Oh my gosh. I hate it here. Rate this shit 5 stars, man. I'm dead from my emotional trauma.
Like I feel like both those games at some point are going to be involved in crypto. I don't know how.
Oh my gosh!
But I have a feeling that both of those games will be linked to crypto.
I was having a serious conversation about how I think somehow, some way, Tarkov is going to have crypto in it.
I'm not even.
I can see that.
I can definitely see that.
I don't know how or why, but I can just see it. Like it makes so much sense.
That game promotes scarcity too much to not have that considered as a factor. To be real, you know what I mean? Like. Again, you die, you lose all your shit.
This month, everybody, literally, instead of a reset, you need to give us 10 crypto coins and You
Yeah.
can keep your shit for the next wipe, like some shit like that.
Yeah, facts. And you gotta keep it on. You got like wager matches or something like that. Y'all carrying some extra stuff on y'all for the fight. If y'all lose, y'all lose. You know what I'm saying? That is very tough, but I can definitely see that, honestly.
That's so funny.
All right, man. But let's move on here. It's been a little bit, but the trailer trove is back. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Got some stories for us. Again, the segment with more watchable media. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff like that.
What, man?
I said segment.
I'm sure you did.
You sick bastard. Anywho, let's get to this first story in the trailer trove. Not too long ago, they actually revealed the cast of the Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix show. Kai, let's run to you first, man. Based on the castings, what we've seen of the crew, again, just them, on the red carpet doing their thing. How do you feel about these castings? How do you feel about it?
I'm hearing that there's a brother that isn't what he says he is.
Oh yeah, that
What?
white guy.
on this
Saga?
casting.
Yeah.
Saga said, "Hey, I'm Navajo," and they were like, "I bet that up," and then let him in, no background checks.
So first of all, that is crazy.
That is crazy. That is nasty. That sounds illegal,
crazy,
bro.
bro.
That
That's
sounds illegal.
That is a
That's
little
like
egregious.
Tom Holland playing with Moana, bro. That's crazy.
And laughing in your face, like that's the thing is like at no point is the homie like, "Yo, I'm sorry." Like he just has to. He can't acknowledge it because at the moment he acknowledges it, everybody's gonna be like, it's bad. So why the fuck are y'all still there? Like why is he still in the show?
Yeah, it's very, very crazy, bro. But I don't really have problems with the cast at all. Aside from that, we'll see. I feel like it's hard to just kind of look at pictures of these people. Like you really have to see them, in the element of what they're doing. Like some casts, like you can look at it and be like, yeah, this is perfect. But if you don't know, then just keep quiet until it comes out, kind of thing. That's where my stance is at the moment.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There was a video of the people playing Aang and Zuko respectively at the red carpet. I'm like, yo, son, this looks kind of right. I'm not gonna lie. Like this, I can see it. I can 100% visualize them being there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm slightly having a more positive conception of what this show might be. You know what I'm saying? Compared to other adaptations, I feel like the casting at least is actually in a solid space. Now I just need everything else to kind of match the vibe, the cinematography, all that stuff. We need to see some hard footage now. You know what I'm saying? That's the next step.
Didn't we like speak on this before that like the OG team like just walked away from this project entirely?
Was it this one or was it the original movie one? I can't remember.
I think it was this one.
Was it? Damn.
I think it was this one. Cause I mean, like the movie that
The animated films they were on though, because it was.
I think the animated films. I think the animated films are good. Yeah, because I remember seeing the image that was used, and it was like one of the Appa, like the live action Appa image. So I'm assuming they were talking about this version. And I'm not surprised because, again, man, this is nobody asked for this at all. And not only are you doing it, you're doing it wrong. They've already lived through this once. Like that team has already lived through Avatar: The Last Airbender, a live action.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna sit there and watch the same mistakes be made twice? Yeah, I would walk away from that the moment they stopped listening to me. The moment I told them to do something and they didn't do it, they were like, "No, we're just gonna do it our way." I'd be like, I want nothing to do with this anymore because I know exactly how this is gonna go.
Yeah, no, I hear it. All right. Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
It's just gonna be ass, 2 butt cheeks.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
2 butt cheeks down.
Shut up. Oh, I'm dead. Oh my goodness. Moving on. Speaking of Netflix, they're still knee deep in a lot of different IPs, and of course, we finally got the first trailer for the One Piece show coming to streaming on August 31st. Let's talk about it, man. When? Let's get it. Come on, One Piece, man. Yeah.
All right. So this is different from the Avatar thing because again, nobody asked for this one either. Nobody was sitting there like, I need this live action. Nobody was asking for this. but they haven't already failed doing it. All right, so we don't know. We're pretty sure we've seen the track record for live action animes, and it's never been good. But I don't think we should stop trying. That being said, I will be watching this. I expect disappointment. I expect to regret ever turning it on. But as of right now, I'm not as upset about this as I am about Avatar. Avatar, like I'm actually like I really hope this never comes out. One Piece, I'm like, I might try it out because if I'm right, if it's pretty hard, it'd be cool. Because I think Oda had a lot to do with this.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Having being a veteran watched a massive 7 episodes of One Piece. You know, I'm not gonna lie. This could have looked a lot worse. Listen, sure. You know what I'm saying? My man is Iñaki D. Luffy. He is not exactly, you know what I'm saying, what people were expecting or looking for. So that's fine. But again, from my casual view, it doesn't look the worst thing in the world. It does not. It actually doesn't. Now, will it play out and look terrible and be terrible in actual execution? Very much so. There's a definite possibility that can happen. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see it play out, but I'm not gonna lie. I've already had one of my favorite animes of all time ruined by Netflix. So, you know, can't wait to see all the people who are fans of One Piece jump into this boat and potentially have it ruined with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can join the club. We got jackets. You know, we got a nice, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the fruit stand, concession stand over there on the left. You know, if you want to get down, take some seats and just, you know, join the meeting. Join the club meetings about how, you know, Netflix has ruined our show. So, good luck.
I forgot about that. I gotta go watch Cowboy Bebop. I totally forgot that show was a thing.
Fuck's sake, man.
That was the best live action I've ever seen.
I gotta go watch it. I gotta tap in.
Kai, shut the fuck up.
That was so good, bro.
Shut your ass up.
I was watching that shit like, this is peak. I'm gonna go watch the anime.
I am so done with this nigga, man. I'm so done with this guy.
Live action beats anime.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna jump into the sea. I'm gonna go find the One Piece. I'm gonna go to the Grand Line just by swimming. I'll see what that gets me. You know. But yeah, One Piece, we'll see about it. I'm actually very interested to see people's like full reaction when the show comes out, because that's gonna be hilarious either way you slice it. So that's funny. Next up, we had a look at Zoe 102, which is a Paramount Plus movie that's gonna pick up, of course, some number of years after the events of Zoe 101, that TV show on Nick. I'm about to say, I don't know if it was a bit before your time. You caught this, Kai? I mean, you rocking with this? Are you familiar?
I feel like everybody before me and after me, everyone around me, nobody wants this.
It's a generational thing.
Nobody wants this.
This is the third live action show that I didn't want to be made on this list. Like, it's been consistent shows that I didn't want live actions of. Yeah.
Wait.
Like, what?
This is like, when did the writers' strike start? Like,
Oh, you think? Damn, you think that like Zoe 101? You think this was made when the writer's strike happened?
This is too early
like,
for the writer's strike. This was already in post production and stuff like that before the writer's strike clicked up.
I was like, there's a lot of shit I'm seeing recently. I'm just like,
now the question is, did
people
real
just pressing
writers?
the send button on shit that's like half done?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. This is definitely like a nostalgia. They're like, yo, we know people love Zoe 101. We know there's an audience. Like, we know there's a market. Let's just get something out, because there's a market there. We know that there's a market there. I will not be watching this at all. Somebody said she looked like Ted Cruz. I thought that was hilarious. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's what Twitter said. And when they said that to me, that just ruined any chance I was gonna watch this. For the record, that's what Twitter said, not me.
I can't breathe. Yo. Oh, that's tough.
Damn. God.
I can see it now. That's tough.
Bro, I did it, yo. Again, I did not think of that. I promise you, if I did, I would be taking credit for it because that shit is crazy. But I did it.
She on them Cancun trips. No.
Like, bro, that's what they said on the caption of the trailer. And I watched it and I was like, this is crazy. I'm really mad. Like, this blew me.
Bro, I'm in tears. Oh my gosh. That's great. That is actually so fantastic, bro. Oh, that's so fitting for what for how she hold Britney and them. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm not the one to say it's not deserved. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one to pass judgment, but it does look kind of crazy after you hold Britney. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Bro, I don't know who. I really don't know who is this for. Like, this has to be for like.
Bro.
Older white people. I genuinely, because I don't even think. And I know again, people of color who've watched this. I know people of color who watch this. This
is like a. Let's keep it a bean though. Let's keep it a bean. You know what I'm saying? I'll be real with y'all. You know what I mean? Zoe 101 has some cool moments, has some cool episodes, there's some cool things, but this is a C-rate show. It's a C-rate show. It's a mid-pack show. It's not beating like, you know what I'm saying? It's not beating like Carly. You know what I'm saying? It's not beating all, and we can have a whole breakdown conversation about this. This joint not even making out the first round of playoffs. Even if it makes playoffs, this is like the play-in tournament. This is coming like a 9th, 10th, maybe 11th seed. You might just miss it. You know what I'm saying? This is not as good as people think it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For the people who are listening who don't know what this show what we're trying to compare this to, think of like, for all my nerds in the audience, think of like if Power Rangers Wild Force, right? They got another season of them now, like of them today as like those Power Rangers. There are like a lot of people who are gonna be excited, but like not as many as they think. Like that's the best way to break it. Is like, I don't know who the fuck they think is still like caring about this, but like it was just a waste of money. I'd actually watch Wild Force 2 though. Like that would be sick.
I would still watch,
but
like,
like,
they still got some heat.
It would only be,
you know what I'm saying? It's like watching like a spin-off show with Mike Guy when he's in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? It's not like after he's defunct. After it's a wrap for him. You know what I mean? Like, what's he gonna do?
Yeah, like it's unnecessary. We didn't need this. We needed a new show. We didn't need Zoe 102.
Yeah, nah, they can keep it. Keep it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't even like that show because the whole campus looked nice. I just wanted to be like, yo, what if I was in a nice school like that? But I realized I'm in public school, nigga.
Like, that's the only cool thing about it. I was like, oh man, what if I went to school that was on a beach? And I was like, man, I live in fucking PA, bro. There's no beaches near me. All I see is fucking concrete and depression, bro. Like, that was the whole selling point for that show.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Again, I went to school in Florida. Niggas was near beach, but I still wasn't going near beach because, you know what I'm saying, I lived in a Jamaican household, so that was different shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole different kettle of fish. That's lifestyle. That's a different thing. But still, Zoe 101, Zoe 102, you can add up as much you want. You count up to like 1,000. I don't need them. Keep them. Please get away. Thank you. For Britney. Anyways, moving on here to our last topic right here. Interesting, actually. We just got word earlier today that Among Us, yes, Among Us is getting a TV show adaptation with the creator of Infinity Train, Owen Dennis, at the helm to bring this to life at CBS Studios alongside Titmouse Studios, which is basically the people who animated Big Mouth. Thoughts on this one? Thoughts on a Among Us show?
All right, so at first I was already excited because I think you could do some really cool things with Among Us. Like, I hate using the word cringe, but like that's like what you associate Among Us with now because it's so fucking annoying. But like in concept, like you could make a really sick show. The fact that the dude from Infinity Train is attached to this, this could be super sick. Then you throw in the people who you said animated Loudmouth.
It was Big Mouth, and I believe it was another show. I can't remember.
Big Mouth, and that was the weird show about like the sexy, like the kids who are like going through puberty.
I believe so.
Yeah. That, I don't like their animation. Those kids looked weird. So that's the only thing I'm afraid of with the Among Us show. I don't even know what an Among Us show would look like animated. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they gonna keep the same like simple art style? Are they gonna go like super above and beyond? But I think an Among Us show would be. I'm more interested in Among Us show than any show we've talked about on this podcast today.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a bean just because of it's the dude who made Infinity Train, and again he did shit with regular show as well. I can see it. I can see it being that like hodgepodge animation style of of execution, and I think Among Us could pull it off. You know what I'm saying? Again, just how it innately is in the game. Like when you kill somebody, it kind of changes its art style a little bit to execute kills or whatever, and at least create a little bit of a difference there. I think that this show could actually be really, really good. You know what I mean? Like, and it's the plot's simple. You do an actual it's like 8 episode or 12 episode run. There's one killer in the place, and the crew is actual characters that stick to him. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has a voice. Everybody has a not a face, but everybody has a color or whatever. And you just go down that route and just expand on it. Like it's easy. The plot's right there.
It would be also interesting if each episode. So like, I'm not working on this show, but a really cool concept that I have for it would be like, every episode people die, but then they come back to life like in the next episode. Kind of like how Kenny dies in South Park.
That would be hard.
Not everybody dies the same, but so basically every episode would be like a random game of Among Us, but they kind of have like a sitcom kind of story to like tie all the episodes together. So like random episodes, like Blue will die, but Blue will be back by the next episode because it's all like every episode is a different game kind of thing.
That's hard.
But like,
Bro,
they have these stories between the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty sick.
That's kind of hard.
yeah, I feel like this show could be amazing. Like,
It could be pretty cool. You can do a lot with it.
You can get so creative with this as well. Like, I feel like they're gonna, because of the fan base that Among Us has, I feel like we're not gonna really get to see the show that we would want to see.
Yeah,
But if we were gonna get the show that we would like to see, I feel like it could go crazy. Because like, what I'm thinking of now is like all the different colors have like their own personalities, and like so they would that the game would reset after every episode, right? And it would just be like short stories through an episode or like a full like Among Us session basically.
Yeah.
I think in terms of the animation style, if they go for like the fucking Big Mouth shit, then yeah, that flop anyway. But if they just kind of stick to what they have already, and then I guess like the mixed animation, like if something, let's say like the red character, his character is very angry because he has the color red, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the time he goes from like being calm to being accused and he gets mad, like the animation style switches and there's loads of detail in his face. Like that kind of like animation is what I had in mind when I first like was thinking about this.
Yeah.
This show has the potential to pop the fuck off. Like it's a really, really cool concept to play. The social deception like theme anyway is perfect, and I love to watch any kind of media. I like to consume any kind of media with that theme.
Yeah, it's like Knives Out. Like
like Knives Out. I don't know if you guys have seen this one, but the Murder on the Orient Express.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, amazing film, amazing book too. Yeah, there's stuff like that I love to watch. So any kind of social deception thing is always gonna like be good.
I agree. I think there's a lot of wiggle room with, especially how I guess it's the spirit of what's it called, Among Us has manifested over the years since it dropped in the pandemic. Just like it's a lot of there's creepy, there's funny, there's serious, there's spooky. There's a lot of emotions and feelings and things that people have invested and created within that space in terms of what, like whatever memes and stories and all that stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that flows from it. So I feel like there's gonna be more than enough for that team to explore and actually make out of. And again, as soon as they said Infinity Train, I'm like, okay, they're gonna make something good out of this. So that track record alone, you know what I'm saying, gives me a lot more confidence in what this series can be. Yeah, damn. And with that being said, that's pretty much all we got on this dang podcast, man. So anything that we might have missed, anything that for the week, what do we miss?
Wait, I'm getting my reference. Where is it?
Oh, I have an idea. I know what we missed, but you might beat me to it, so I'll let you go first.
Nah, go for it. Go for it while I find it.
I don't have the source, but they have casted the new Superman. And Lois
that
Lane.
wasn't it, but I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, they casted the new Superman. His name was don't know his name. This is prime journalism here, folks. You're watching it in the flesh.
It was a white dude. And I was like, okay, that's all I need to know.
That
It was a white dude, wasn't
it? Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, that was like the most craziest find. Like, nigga, yeah, I could have guessed that without saying Superman. Like, yeah.
Black Superman, the world would end, bro.
Yo, yeah, nah, they're not ready for Michael B. Jordan. That's crazy.
Hey, chill out.
Listen, he was vying for it. He said he wanted to be, what's the name? Val Zod. Listen, that wasn't me. His name, David Corn Sweat. His name is David Corn Sweat.
Man, his name should have just been random white guy, and it would have served the same purpose.
Yeah, it would have fit. It would have fit. And what's it called? Rachel Brosnahan are casted as Superman and Lois Lane respectively in Superman Legacy, out in theaters July 11, 2025. That's a younger Superman. He fits the bill. That's cool. I'm with that.
Sure.
Yeah, I was about to say, outside of that, you know what I'm saying? Cavill one of them ones for me still. So we'll see how the new
someone
guy
doing
does.
this long think piece about how they're gonna do this, and then they're gonna bring Henry Cavill back to play an older Superman and some. I was just like,
Guys,
Henry Cavill is done,
Get off
Like,
his nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? He needs to check you in as like luggage when he goes to airports because you're hanging on to his
God
nuts,
damn,
bro.
like, bro.
Like,
he's done. It's over. It happened. We have a movie. Watch the movie if you want to. He's in a couple of them.
Facts,
like,
bro.
he's there.
Like, yo, go check out Warhammer, nigga. Go check out Warhammer. Yeah, we on that. We on that vibe now.
That man is older. Like, he's getting older. He's not. Even if he came back as Superman right now, he's not gonna be Superman forever.
Yeah, I feel like the nigga's gonna be buff till he's like 85, but that's just me. But
no,
still,
for sure.
But still, look not like Superman crazy. That's a different type of intensity.
Look at Robert Downey Jr. in like the beginning of the MCU, and then look at him at the end. Like, you're like, damn, that man is.
Bro, that man's tired, bro.
He had a longer run than Obama in office, son.
Yeah, like. Bro,
same way,
and he literally saved the universe. Like,
like you're not getting that out of Henry Cavill, bro. That ship has sailed.
Man.
Yeah, especially because of like how the physical upkeep of that role is just nuts. Like,
and you would also have to
just have to
him.
wake up and have breakfast. Like,
but that's the thing is you would have to start paying him at a certain rate, and it's gonna increase per movie. Like at some point, he's gonna price out.
Mm-hmm. Listen, man, I don't know, bro, but yeah,
the real reason why Tony Stark died.
Yo, I wouldn't be surprised though. They're like, yo, he's taking too much bread, bro. Like, let's get him out of here.
I'm dead. Man, shit is insane. But yeah, I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm just curious to see how Superman Legacy is gonna go. I still haven't seen what's the name, The Flash yet, and that's gonna be an interesting watch. Oh boy, I've heard
Robert Downey Jr. has made more money than the budget they had for Ant-Man.
Yes, bro.
Big bags.
Yes, but he took a percentage. He was the only person with that contract. I'm taking a percentage
of the entire
movie, of each movie.
Everything you make, that's different. That's different status, so bro.
Any movie he's in, he gets a percentage of. So when he died at the end, I'm like, Disney was like, we gotta get him out of here, bro.
We gotta make sure he never comes back.
Think about all the money. Think about all the money both the Avengers movies made. Like, think about how much money that made, and they're like, yo, we gave all of that to one man. No wonder he was doing like that Dr. Dolittle thing. Like, he was doing whatever, bro. He doesn't need money.
Facts. He said it really don't matter, son. It really don't matter, bro. That's crazy, man. But yeah, what was the news that you had, Kai?
I didn't even get to find it, bro. So just leave it.
Damn, man. I guess
it's the longest outro.
No, for real. So now we just sit here. What are we doing? It's been a minute. But yeah, nah. I guess in unrelated. People just wish me luck so we can accept this Declan Rice bid. If you know, you know, man. This Arsenal pissing me off, man. We just gotta. I pray West Ham just accept that damn bid. But that's soccer stuff.
It was Apple TV has dropped Apple has dropped a full episode of one of their TV shows on Twitter, like the full episode.
Oh, so they just following the trend. They following the trend.
Yeah, as promo for the season, they just dropped the first episode on Twitter just to watch, like just fully there.
That's smart. Very smart marketing strategy.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, I was about to say they following all the niggas. Say yo, fuck it. Here's the whole Flash movie.
Yeah, it's a show called The Silo that's on Apple TV, and they just dropped the first full episode on Twitter.
Word, drop that whole season of Ted Lasso real quick and let me know it's real. I'm just trying to see something, man. I don't know if I want to pay that subscription yet to go back in.
And then Elon Musk quote tweeted saying, "Oh, look at this amazing strategy from Apple." Like, shut up, bro.
Yo, nobody's paying for your ads, bro. Shut the hell up. If you don't get your nut ass off, get away from me, bro. I was about to say, you weird. Anyways, that's pretty much all the news we got for this week. Let's bring it home, y'all. Let's bring it home. Closing notes for episode 71 of No Cooldown Podcast. Let's start with Kai.
Follow your dreams, people. Follow your dreams.
That's real inspirational, nigga. I was not ready for that. I thought you were gonna say some bullshit, but yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that sentiment, man. When closing notes for this episode, dog.
I'm gonna go play some Pikmin. I think that's what I'm gonna do after this.
This nigga, absolute Pikmin slut. He has been converted. He honestly might get me too. I was inquiring about them times. I'm low key. I'm low key kind of looking over my shoulder. I'm like, yo, it might need to happen. But anyways, my closing notes is, of course, guys, come on now. You know what time it is. Rate this podcast 5 stars, man. Come on, man. We slowly getting up there. We slowly growing. I think we're almost at 500 plays over the lifetime. I think we're almost at 200 subscribers on YouTube. So make sure you guys support all those lanes and channels as you see them. No Cooldown Podcast on audio platforms. That is Spotify for podcast. What's it called? Apple Podcast, that's the other one. No Cooldown Podcast, just type it in, will be right there at the top. YouTube.com/@NoCooldown. Make sure you go check us out there as well. All the other platforms at No Cooldown Pod, on everything else except for TikTok. That's No Cooldown Podcast. Yeah, just to check us out there. Don't check out the Shadow Ban one because we won't be there anymore. Actually, might need to delete that account. That's a whole nother aside. But make sure you go check us out on all those dope channels and support the beautiful individual content going through all of our channels. First and foremost, Kai, I don't know if you want to shout out, you know what I'm saying, all the stuff you're working on, or you want to keep it Batman vibes. I don't know what you want to do. Batman vibes. But you know what I'm saying, if you see Kai working on some dope stuff, especially on the Instagram, there's some dope stories that he shares, some dope stuff that he's doing. This guy literally, he moves all over the place. You know what I'm saying, in England, this guy is all over the place. So make sure you check out all the adventures and escapades this guy gets up to on there, at King VII on all socials. Check him out. What's it called? Thank you again to Otaku Channel. You know what I'm saying? WOTAKU channel, Otaku Channel. Special shout out to Ro for helping us, get the episode recorded, getting Wen on Panda's rig. You know what I'm saying? Big shout outs. And of course, check out all the dope content from Wen and Panda on that side. And of course, Wen Easy on all social platforms. If you want some dope stuff, probably some of the funniest stuff you will see online comes from that man's fingers and voice, depending on what audio platform or, social platform you're using. So please check him out. And of course, check out all my stuff on that man Tripp on all social platforms. You know what I'm saying? Some good stuff coming your way. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. The summer's getting hot and we cooking up too. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. This has been episode 71 of No Cooldown Podcast, and we are out of there.